Hey guys, something really cool happened and I just wanted to share. I've been sharing this journey with you and I wanted to share it with you here. But this weekend, for the first time really ever, I know this is going to sound weird, I read my book like from front to back. And reading a book, it's such a messy process. It's, you start, you just sort of puke up a bunch of things. You have some sort of structure, but then as you go back, you add in things, you take out things. It just gets messier and messier. You're constructing, reconstructing, and then you're having edits upon edits. And, spending, a couple weekends ago, I spent 5-6 hours just going through like 200 like side edits and things to look at and things to contemplate and maybe change and things to take out. And it's just like this whirlwind of things. And the reality is, in all of that whirlwind, there wasn't really time, or at least for me, to actually sit back and read it. So this past week was formatting time. So we've spent the last week back and forth getting it into format, which is more challenging than I thought it would be. There's just a lot to cover. And so it's, review, revise, review, revise, review, revise. And finally this weekend, I had some time and I said, I'm just going to, now that it looks like a book, now that it isn't 90 some pages of single space Word document, I'm going to read this thing. And I'm going to be honest with you, throughout this process, it's been a roller coaster. Like, when I first started writing, I felt so fired up. I love what I had to say. I felt like it was, needed to be out there. And then throughout the process, it's up and down. It's up and down. I don't really know how to write. Oh, this sounds much better. Oh, now this is like completely, like the order is totally messed up. And it's just this roller coaster ride. And of course, I'm not just doing a book to do a book. I want to put a book out there that changes people's lives. And I got to read it this weekend. And I really loved it. And first of all, it was relieving. And it was exciting. And will everybody love the book? Of course not. We don't all love books. And, if you're, it's pretty sassy, authentically sassy, is pretty to the point, but it also takes something that's really, really elusive that I think a lot of self-help books, it puts some tangibility to it, but I feel like I put tangibility all the way into the workplace. This is a self-help book, but it's a career help book. It's as I talk about mindset-y stuff, but I also give you practical things to take a step forward. So I just want to share it with you. I want to read you another section. I want to show you where I'm at too. Like, this was really exciting this morning. I've got it into Amazon and got to go through the proof and make sure it looks good, which took a lot of deep breaths and Googling to make sure I was doing it right. But that's what I love to do. I love to learn and figure things out. And so I thought I'd just read you. This is chapter 10. This is when we start to get into part 2. And this chapter is called Stop, Primer Time, which has a little MC Hammer to it. Now that you're bought in and are excited and pumped up, now that you're ready to embrace authenticity as your new secret weapon, now that you want to give me a big, huge hug, thank me for showing you the light, I'm going to piss you off. Instead of marching you right to the holy grail, the how of diving deep into authenticity so you can start using it to change your career, I have to do something else first. You see, what would go down if we all succumb to our IGW-ness, explained in chapter 1, is that you'd read the book, pump your fists high in the air, and run out to conquer the world. And that would be great until you ran into an asshole. While it could be any one of the plethora of assholes that are swimming around your workplace fishbowl right now, it's more likely that the first asshole you'll run into is you. Let's be honest, we often treat ourselves much worse than we treat others. How many times have you been on the phone with your friend talking them through a big issue and you could see clear as day they are so much better than they think they are? You coach them and caress them and calm them. You light the flame that they desperately need lit to get out of whatever mess they're in. Then you hang up, and I'd be willing to guess that less than 12 hours later, you succumb to some shitty-ass situation you're in, all the while telling yourself, there's not much I can do. I guess I deserve this. I'm not as good as that person. Blah, diddy, blah. And let me just tell you, I've been doing the blah diddy blah this week myself. And the reality is, what this book does, it doesn't get rid of all the blah diddy blah. It teaches you to get through it quicker. And that's what I've done for myself. I've been going through my own, like, oh, this isn't good enough, or my TED Talk came out. I had a lot of blah diddy blah there, but I'm working through it a lot faster because of the things that I coach and I teach and I practice myself. So I just want to share this with you. The book is officially out on February 15th. Thank you to the hundreds of people that have pre-ordered it and gotten all of their digital swag, and for all of the support. I can't wait to share it with anybody that's looking for, a book that really helps them get the career they deserve. So thanks. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.